welcome to day 6 of our holiday series. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for stopping by today. In today's video, we are not cooking. Awesome. Because I'm tired. Today we are doing baking 101. It's basically like fundamentals of baking. We're going to be doing some baking during the holiday series. And to ensure that your baked goods come out good, especially with like your cakes, your cupcakes and all those kind of stuff, you want to make sure that you measure your ingredients accurately, and that's the thing about baking. So I'm going to demonstrate how you can measure your ingredients accurately, especially your flour, so that everything that you're baking this holiday season comes out perfectly, especially if you're expecting guests. You don't want to be in the kitchen like all day long or for days baking and cooking and all that stuff, and then your baked goods will not come out as you wish them to come out. The best way to measure your ingredients and to ensure that they are accurate is to use a kitchen digital scale. Now, not everyone has one. I'm going to show you how to use the cup to measure it to ensure that you have the perfect amount of ingredients that you need. Alright, so to measure your ingredients, you need nothing fancy, just regular measuring cups. You don't want to get anything expensive. I got this from Walmart. It's like under $1, which is good. So it comes with the measuring spoons as well, which you need. And then to measure your flour, what a lot of people do, or most people do, is the dip and scoop, which is like this. Okay, and then they level it out. But by doing this, you're going to end up with about 25% more flour than you need. So the best way to measure your flour, if you don't have digital scale, is to first use a spoon, or they have the scoop that you can get from the store, so you can use that, or a spoon. Just fluff your flour a little bit so it's nice and light and airy, and then you're going to scoop it into just like that. And then you will level it off. It's better to do it this way than to do the dip and scoop. And the next thing we're going to measure is sugar. This is sugar in the raw. So with the sugar, you can go ahead and scoop it out like that, and you get, let's say you need 1 cup of sugar, right? So then you have your 1 cup of sugar, and that's it. And to measure your brown sugar, usually the recipe, if a recipe calls for, let's say, 1/4 cup of packed brown sugar, then it has to be packed. So you have to make sure that it is fully packed. So that's how you do it. And by testing if it's packed, we will invert it into this, and we'll see. So then you know that it is. If it retains its shape, you know it's packed, and that's how you measure your brown sugar. So we'll move on to to our leaveners, like baking soda, baking powder, that kind of stuff. So you scoop it and then you level it, and you have your 1 teaspoon of baking soda for whatever you make then. Our next ingredient on the list is our liquids, like buttermilk, milk, oil, water, that kind of stuff. So if a recipe calls for 1 cup or whatever it is, you want to use the proper measuring tool. And these are this is a 1 cup measuring cup. So there are in sizes, so you can go whatever size you want, and you want to measure it accurately. So for 1/3, right, I'll pour it in, and you want to get to eye level of the 1/3 cup, and that ensures that you have the proper measurement. Our next ingredients will be our syrups, like maple syrup, honey. Those are the liquid sweeteners: maple syrup, honey, what else, agave nectar, those kind of stuff. So to ensure that you don't waste much, or much of it is not left behind, you want to spray your measuring cup with some cooking spray, and that will ensure that most of it will come out. So I'm going to measure out, let me say, 1/2 cup of maple syrup. Right there it is. So I have 1 cup. To show you, I'm going to pour it into another cup so you can see. So I'll pour it back into this cup, and as you can see, much of it is not left behind, but of course you can go ahead and use your spatula to ensure that everything comes out. and it's easier, you know, especially like thick sweetness like honey. It's easier for it to come out. So for ingredients like yogurt, cream cheese, sour cream, and those kind of stuff, you want to measure it in your measuring cup. So you go ahead, let's say a recipe requires 1 cup, then you measure it, you just take some and put it in the cup, level it off, and then you have your 1 cup. And that is it for today, guys. Very simple, very easy. This will ensure that this holiday season, or for anytime you want to bake, whatever you're baking, it comes out just perfect. So as I said earlier, you don't want to spend so much time cooking, baking, and that kind of stuff, and then your baked good will come out dense or just not right. You want to make sure you're using the proper measuring tool. And all these measuring equipment, they are not too expensive, you know, depending where you get it from. You don't want to get anything, like I said, anything too expensive. There are nice ones out there, but you know, if you're starting out, you don't want to buy anything too expensive because they all do the same job. And so that is it for today. I hope you find this video helpful. If there's anything else you'd like to see, just let me know in the comment section down below. If you like this types of videos, give me a like so we can bring more to you. And until we meet again, remember to stay blessed, stay out of trouble, and be well. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye, y'all. Pray for me so I can stay strong and keep bringing you more content. Bye.